Thank you so much for watching Positive Progression TV show. I'm Chris Johnson, your host, and so much fun out here in LA. It has been wonderful coming out here to the BET Awards weekend, but also here to see so much talent, obviously so much of those people who are behind the scenes as well as in front of the scenes. We would like to welcome dancer, choreographer, just herself, Miss Taryn T to the show.
Hi.
How you doing?
So nice to meet you.
Well, nice to meet you too, and thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and we appreciate your time, Taryn, so much that you could talk to us about. Obviously, your years in the industry. You have worked with some of the great notables, from Paula Abdul, my favorite artist,
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, you name it. So talk to us a little bit about just the history of Taryn herself and doing dance, as well as working with so many greats.
Well, my dance love and passion started before I was 2 years old. So I was just kind of dancing around the house. I was watching Solid Gold Dancers on the television, which I didn't even know, what the show was. I just saw dancing and sparkles, and I guess it caught my eye and caught my attention. So I was dancing around the house and started dance lessons and, had my first recital and all of that. I started progressing really quickly in dance classes. So I started to take with, kids that were several years older than me.
Sure.
So I quickly began a journey of fast track training because I caught on so quickly. And so I danced and I trained a lot in my hometown. And then my dance teachers, my parents, thought it'd be a good idea for me to start training outside of my hometown.
Yes.
So I trained heavily in Los Angeles with master teachers and choreographers and everything. So that kind of blossomed my journey to work in the entertainment industry. One thing led to another. I got an agent. I started going on auditions and booking big jobs.
And the rest is history.
Booking big jobs.
Wow.
So thankful.
Oh, yes. And it is a blessing, no doubt. And Taryn, talk to us a little bit about, and of course, a lot of people out there, those who are inspired to dance or whatever their aspirations may be, and what you're doing, just obviously the regimen, and keeping the body, in check. Obviously, it has
this summer.
eating and eating is and your dietary things is one thing, but also the physical aspect of it. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, not only was I just a dancer, I was also an athlete. So I'm a former athlete as well.
Awesome.
I started gymnastics, competitive gymnastics training.
Wow.
I started gymnastics when I was 4 years old. So from a very young age, yes, I've always had a passion for dance, but also, like I said, with the athletic side of gymnastics, I was a former level 10 nationally ranked gymnast.
Excellent.
So, so health and nutrition and, just staying disciplined with my training and taking care of myself, staying healthy, making healthy choices was always just part of my lifestyle since I was a kid growing up and through my training.
Yeah, so that means you got to stay away from the table, and then also you got to eat too. Just eat the right things.
I am a foodie, though. I love good food.
Oh, we all love food.
mean, I'm not a fan of depriving yourself.
Right.
I love to enjoy the wonderful things in life, and to me, food is in that top of the list.
Right.
So I love good food. My husband and I love to explore different types of cuisines and things like that. I think it's important, though, to lead a healthy lifestyle, to make positive and healthy, wise choices.
That's
so
right.
if you are going to splurge a little bit, just watch maybe your portion size.
Moderation, sure.
Eat in moderation. Continue to have exercise in your weekly routine, and then enjoy those things.
That's right.
Don't live without.
And it's amazing that you say that itself. I went through my own journey, obviously, of dealing with just that, and lost a considerable amount of weight naturally. So I manage now to get in that gym daily, just to keep up that regimen. And you've got to get your amount of water and hydration and everything. And so it is very, very important.
Yes.
So
Water, sleep, exercise, and making positive wise choices are just the formula to being healthy and happy.
Absolutely. Some of the folks that you've worked with, I'm sure that was amazing.
Yeah.
People like Michael Jackson or Paula Abdul himself. So talk to us a little bit about that. Just those wonderful, wonderful people in the industry.
Yes, and I'm so thankful to have worked with them. I mean, I'm talking about in the early 90s when I was a youngster, when I was first starting out, and
You're
when
still young.
We are young
That's
for
right.
life, right?
That's right.
It's always how you feel.
That's
So when I started out in the industry, I started, I got an agent and I started auditioning. So my first big job was actually booking a music video for Paul
Wow.
Abdul.
Wow.
Yes, and that's how I Taft-Hartley'd into the union. So I became SAG-AFTRA through that job, and I remember just being like flabbergasted because I looked up to her so much. She was beautiful, talented, she could sing, she could dance, she was everything that I wanted to be. She was so big in the 90s, and to be able to have that opportunity to have worked with her, to meet her and work with her, at the time I was just a little kid on cloud nine.
Right.
So that was a huge blessing. And then working with MC Hammer as well, who was also quite popular in the 90s.
He can move. Yeah.
And I
He
loved
can
his
move.
music.
Yep,
I loved
yep.
his dancing.
Hammer's been on the show.
I
actually,
loved
a few
him.
times, sure.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had the opportunity of working with him. I don't know if you remember a cartoon, his Hammer Time cartoon.
Yes. Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
so it was
big old baggy pants.
yes,
Out to here.
okay, and all of this. Okay, it was the ABC
That's
Saturday
right.
morning cartoons.
Cartoons,
Okay,
yep,
the promos
yep,
for his
yep.
ABC cartoon, and that's where I was able to work with a few other. It was just a handful of us child dancers that were selected from the auditions to be able to help promote his cartoon, and we had the blessing of working with him, meeting and working with him. So that was incredible. And then, Star Search, of course. I mean,
sure.
Star Search,
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, I mean,
McMahon.
that was the show
That
to be
was
on.
the
If
show.
anyone
That was
who
the
was an
show.
artist, had
Yeah.
talent, sing, model, comedian,
And you went
dance.
and auditioned. And
Oh my gosh, yes. So I went and I got the call to audition, and the odds were actually against me because they had never selected a dance soloist to be on the show.
Right.
And so when we got the call, I just went for it. And when we got the call a few days later that I was selected to be on the show, I was just like, so
Right.
excited.
Right.
So it was a dream come true. And then it all kind of went from there. I
That
was
was
on
a show back in
the
the
first
day.
season that it actually filmed in Orlando, Florida, as opposed to LA. So they changed their filming studios to Orlando, Florida. And that was actually my first flight. I was 9 years old.
Wow.
So
Wow.
there was a lot of firsts. Meeting Ed McMahon, being on the
that
show.
was a show in the days. Boy.
Oh
We
my
used to watch
goodness.
that all the time.
So just being on the show was a dream. And
Yeah.
then once I started winning,
Sure.
oh my gosh. I mean, I was just, like I said, pinch me because it was
Right.
it was surreal.
And it started falling right in place for you at a very young age. And boom.
Very young age. I
That's
kept in
great.
touch with Ed McMahon. He was wonderful, such a sweetheart, and
Yes.
he was we became pen pals. So I was able to call him Uncle Ed, and we kept in touch even through my high school years. And then working with Michael Jackson. So Michael Jackson, what an icon. I mean, I so idolized his work as well.
Yes.
So yeah, being able to have the opportunity of working with him on his Pepsi Dreams tour,
Yes.
that
Yes.
was incredible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Was he tough to work with?
he was not tough to work with at all. Oh my gosh, he was
Very easygoing.
very easygoing, and actually he kind of seemed like he was too shy. He was like nervous and shy to sing for us. In between takes, we wanted to hear him just sing for us. There was a handful of us kid dancers that were working on the project with him, and we just wanted him to just sing on the spot for us. And he was like, no, he was like nervous. And we just like played games in between takes, and like he was really down to earth, and he had a great time with us. He actually promised to play basketball with us after the
Really?
shoot. So I was able to play basketball with
Wow.
him. Yep.
Play basketball with Michael Jackson. Boy, I wish I could have done that. That was
It
fun.
was pretty awesome.
Wow.
He was super nice. My mom had actually asked earlier in passing, she's like, it's such an honor to meet you, and I'm so blessed that my daughter has this opportunity with you. Can you please take a picture with her before the day's done?
Right.
And he was like, sure, no problem. But we were so busy
Right.
with the running around, and he had such a busy schedule that day that it was really tough to try to fit it in. So the very end of the day, I mean, we're talking about like 2 a.m. She asked the security guard, because he had gone to his tent. He was done for the day. He was done.
Right.
She was like, he promised my daughter a picture. Is that okay? And then we get a tap, tap, tap from the inside of the tent to the security guard. And he was like, let her in. So he was a man
That's
of his
right.
word, and he let me in, and I got my photograph. So
that is awesome.
it was
That is
wonderful.
awesome.
It was a great experience.
Well, Taryn, I know there's so many things, obviously, that you could share with us. Inspiring words to all of those, okay, who want to be like a Taryn T. Francis or whatever their aspirations may be. Also, touch a little bit about your foundation as well.
Yes, so I'll talk about that first, actually.
Sure.
So I had, before I relocated to Los Angeles, I actually had a dance studio. Opened a dance studio when I was 16 years old, and it kind of blossomed my love for teaching and my passion for helping others. So I'm excited. It'll be my first nonprofit, but I'm excited to launch my first nonprofit called Dance with Heart, and it'll give me a platform to help influence positively our youth, and also to continue to share my passion of dance with people all over the world.
That is awesome. And that's what we're about right here on Positive.
Yes.
No doubt about that.
So, so I'm really excited about that. And as far as just staying positive and influencing others, stay true to who you are. You know, no matter what I've been through ups, I've been through downs, I've been through it all. But stay true to who you are, and don't let anyone or anything change who you are.
That's right. Taryn T. Francis, choreographer, okay, herself right here on Positive Progression TV show. We appreciate your time for coming here on the program itself. And how can folks reach you? Your website out there, URLs?
Yes,
social media?
I am very excited as well to work collaboratively with other talented creatives. I'd like to focus my time and energy working on really cool projects. So if you'd like to get in touch with me, please reach out. I'd love to chat and possibly work together. You can reach me on my website, which is www.taryntfrancis.com, and also on Facebook and Instagram at Taryn T. Francis.
Now, Taryn, you know what? Let's make sure they spell it correctly. So I'm going to let you spell it out there, too.
Okay, I'll
so
spell
they will
it.
make sure they get it right.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so Taryn T. Francis is TARYNTFRANCIS.
There you go. Now you know what to do. You've got some homework to do. Make sure you read all about Taryn. She's doing a lot of great things. Continued success to you.
Thank
we
you.
certainly appreciate your time once again.
Thank you so much for having
You're
me.
quite welcome.
It's
Quite
so
welcome.
awesome to be able to meet and work with people like you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
High Impact Media presents multi-award-winning TV show Positive Progression. To our viewers worldwide, thank you for watching our broadcast. Write us at P.O. Box 20332, Raleigh, North Carolina 27619. Call us at 800-686-0536. Email connect@highimpactmedia.net. Facebook, High Impact Media. Twitter, @High Impact Media. Log on to www.highimpactmedia.net for more info and our list of services.